Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 118 of the series For My Family, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. Omar has the killer of Asiye arrested, and he asks Ayaz to take him to a toy shop. Omar brings a doll he bought for Emal to her birthday party and gives it to her as a gift from himself and Asiye. When Orhan arrives home, he finds a young girl named Jansu there, who calls him Dad. Everyone is shocked. Shortly after, Orhan explains everything to his mother and children. Ibiku, with frustration, says, "Let's assume this is true. Why are they showing up now?" Jansu says, "Because I just found out. I wanted to come myself." Jansu behaves insolently, leading to arguments with Yulcan and Ibiku. Orhan, feeling overwhelmed, separates them and tells his children, "Please understand me. My head is spinning." Ibiku and Yulcan leave the house. At the club, Akif sits next to Nabahat, but he keeps looking at Soraya and sending her messages. Soraya asks Akif to come to the storage room to see her up close for a few minutes. Akif immediately goes there and puts a necklace he bought for Soraya around her neck. At that moment, Gökhan enters and sees them in that situation. He goes straight to Akif and Soraya, and they wait in fear for everything to be exposed. However, Gökhan, seeing Nabahat following Akif, nods to him. Akif and Soraya come out of the storage room, and Gökhan sarcastically implies to Akif that he understands everything, but he keeps his mouth shut. Ibiku and Yulcan tell Omar about Jansu's story, and Omar says they're treating Jansu the same way Sarp and Yasmin treated him and continues, "Maybe she's a good girl. Look at the positive side. You have a sister." On the other hand, when Orhan realizes that Ayten and Jansu have nowhere to go and Ayten is left in the park, he immediately goes there and brings them home despite their reluctance. Seeing them, Ibiku and Yulcan rush to the door and demand answers from their father. Orhan explains that they have nowhere else to go, but Yulcan and Ibiku angrily go to Omar's room. Elif goes to the club to see Ayla. Seeing Gökhan, he tells Ayla that he wants to live with him. Gökhan asks, "So you're going to live with a stranger instead of your father and brother?" Elif replies, "Why are you surprised? You've never been a father to me until today." After Elif leaves, Gökhan tells Ayla, "I know exactly what you're doing. You want to separate my children from me." Ayla says, "Elif doesn't know you're his father. Eventually, my son will come back to me. Understand?" In the morning, when Ibiku and Yulcan return home, they find the room in a mess, and Jansu is wearing a sweater that Şengül bought for Ibiku. They confront Jansu and pull her hair to collect a strand for DNA testing. At the club, Gökhan tells Akif that Ayla is not doing her job and they need to fire her. Akif looks at Ayla, who is serving customers, and says, "Are you talking about Ayla? I know you two have issues, but I can't do this." Gökhan says, "You'll find your way. I don't think you want Mrs. Nabahat to find out about your relationship with Soraya." Akif gets angry. Bark makes a painting for Ibiku with his pictures, but Ibiku, who is preoccupied, thanks him dryly. Bark feels upset. But it doesn't take long for Ibiku to realize her mistake and mend Bark's heart. Orhan talks to Akif to help settle Ayten and Jansu, and he arranges for Ayten to work at Nabahat's house. Upon hearing this, Jansu says, she's saying to disappear sooner and get out of this house. She argues with her mother and Orhan, leaving Orhan frustrated. Orhan takes Ayten to Nabahat's house, introduces her, and after he leaves, Nabahat excitedly asks Ayten to tell her everything. At school, Yasmin and Tolga are studying when Yasmin's eyes fall on the Sado video file, and she asks Tolga to open it. Tolga immediately deletes the file with urgency, leaving Yasmin upset. That night, Yasmin tells Ayaz about the incident, and Ayaz suggests they retrieve the file and asks his friend to do it for them. One of Ayaz's friends is directing a TV competition, and he asks the couples in the class to participate for money. When the kids find out that Omar wants to send Emal to a camp to uplift her spirits, they decide to participate in the program to make money for it. Ayla finds a small house to rent and tells Elif, who is with her, "Are you sure you want to stay with me? Isn't it easier with Bark and your dad?" Elif says, "Wherever you are, I'm there too. I love you like my mother." Ayla is reminded of the incident of Elif's mother and Bark's death and becomes emotional. The DNA test results are out, and Omar reads them, informing Yulcan and Ibiku that Jansu is their sister. Yulcan and Ibiku go home and tell everyone the result. Ayten and Jansu are upset with their reaction. Jansu sarcastically says, "They think we're thieves. As if they have something we want to take from them." Yulcan says, "This is our financial situation. We can't afford it." Jansu says, then how are you going to the private school? She asks Orhan to enroll her in the same school. Orhan says he doesn't have the money, and Jansu insists, you'll find a way from now on. Ibiku, Yuljan, and Jansu argue again, leaving Orhan helpless. Akif prepares a romantic dinner for Soraya, and they express their feelings to each other. Soraya confesses that she liked Akif from the moment she saw him. Soraya takes a picture of themselves to cherish the moment. At the club, Gökhan overhears Akif and tells him to fire Ayla. Akif is contemplating how to do this when he notices an expensive earring on the ground and picks it up. At that moment, one of the customers tells Ayla that she lost her earring. Akif, upset, puts the earring in Ayla's bag and suggests searching everywhere to end the dispute. The earring is found in Ayla's bag, shocking her. Gökhan immediately fires Ayla. Ayla tells him, damn you. You did this. Gökhan says, don't talk nonsense. Gather your stuff and leave. Ayla leaves with bitterness, and Gökhan praises Akif. Tolga retrieves the laptop file, and Yasmin sees the Sado video, realizing her mother gave the order to kill her father and gets shocked. At Nabahat's club, Nabahat sits with Soraya and tells her they are going on vacation with Akif, adding, Akif said let's go somewhere secluded where it's just the two of us. Soraya, annoyed, sends Nabahat a picture of herself and Akif from that romantic night and wishes her a good vacation. Shortly after, Soraya asks Akif about the vacation, and Akif stammers to keep her silent. Soraya shows Akif the picture she sent to Nabahat and says, if she sees a bit more, it'll be doomsday. Akif is shocked. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for the next episode.